Hi, everyone. Welcome, yogis. I know a lot of you have been doing yoga with me online for the last over a month now, and I just want to appreciate you for doing that and showing so much support and love to our online yoga community. And I wanted to share a couple of tips based on some of the questions people asked that can really enhance our practice. So, one of the tips is around food. And do we need to have an empty stomach for our yoga practice? The answer is yes. And typically, anywhere between 1.5 hours to 2 hours before we do our yoga, make sure try and just create an environment where there's not too much food or your belly is kind of empty, so that you can go deeper in the kriya, so you can go deeper in the movement in the asanas. So it really helps. And even for the meditation practice, it's important to have at least an hour and a half before you've eaten, or after you've eaten, so that your body's not spending so much time and energy digesting the food, but it's there and present for you to just kind of go deeper into your meditation. So it does make a difference. And it's something that if you start doing it, you'll start noticing a difference within your practice. Also, tip number two is around the yoga mats. So in India, we always say, my teacher always mentioned to us when I lived in an ashram, that it's important to have fabric mats or fabric space where you're doing your yoga. So cotton is ideal. You can use rugs, whatever. But plastic yoga mats typically aren't ideal. They're great for when we're going in the gym because we can rinse them out and when they're really portable. But when we're at home, I encourage everyone, and I know recently switched out my mat, and I know it's made a huge difference to me when I'm doing my practice. It makes me just feel more grounded and just feel good in general. So pick a fabric that you like. It can be a rug, or it can be anything soft, and then use it exclusively for doing yoga. So if it's a rug, consider it your yoga rug. And the reason for that is that you want to, because some of the reasons are obvious, because we're laying on there and we're kind of rolling around. So you want to make it feel clean, but it's also the energy around it. So if you're walking on it with your shoes on and then you're doing yoga on it, it's just having some respect for the space where you are taking that inward journey. So it's kind of similar to building an altar. When you are in, and I'll do a separate video on home altars, but this is about the yoga mat, and it really is your an altar for you to go inward. So the equipment you use, yoga mats, blocks, cushions, try and keep them in that space or keep it exclusively for the yoga. I'll share with you this new mat that I have purchased, which is really not a mat at all. It is a rug, and it just happens to be a pretty rug that I purchased from Home Depot right now, and it's exclusively for the yoga. It feels good. It's a time and space for you to nurture yourself. So if you can create that energy and create that physical space in that way, with that intention, it goes a really long way towards our home yoga practice. So for today, I will leave you with those tips. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email me. You can always reach me at parnasain@gmail.com. And I look forward to seeing you in class.